exercise also results in the release of acid. And when acid is released, your pH levels in the blood reduce. This week has been very. I've been racquetball, 2 hours of intense racquetball every single day this week, and I'm probably going to continue. I usually do like two or three times a week. Now, knowing what I know, it would be foolish, idiotic of me not to protect myself from this excess release of acids. That's why I douse my body. I drown my body really with antioxidants, anti-inflammatories. I take lots of fluids because that helps to reduce or dilute or neutralize the acid. Very important. But that's not the only thing, of course. Indulgence in alcohol, tobacco, poor digestion. And look at these last three, folks. Look at these last three. Negative thoughts, spiritual distress, destructive emotions. What does that have to do with acidity or alkalinity? Apparently a lot. Again, this is gotten from the book called The pH Miracle. Again, I really urge you and encourage you to get a copy of this book, or to at least check it out in the library. We know that anything negative, and that's why we promote the whole integrative approach, spirituality, your psychology, and of course your physiology. These aspects cannot be denied. If you indulge in negative thinking, grudges, telling lies, doing nasty things with your emotions, hating other people, I tell you, you are guaranteed producing an acidic environment in your body. All right, I mentioned how the diet can cause acidity, and we're going to talk about how this acidity predisposes to the disease. We have a few slides that show that. The thing with most of the food that we eat, and we eat a lot of meat in this country. We also have a lot of cheese in our diets. But foods containing sulfur, all meats have that. Animal fat, secretion of bile. The thing with the bile is the bile salts or bile secretions in your gastric system is alkaline. Your body has to produce the alkaline bile to deal with fatty acids. But the thing is, when your body produces alkaline stuff, it takes away from the alkalinity of the blood, making it more acidic. So you've got to be able to supplement, to restore that alkaline balance to the blood. Sodas, I was speaking with someone about sodas, and I tell you, folks, sodas really raise the acidity of your blood. You want to minimize the amount of soda that you take. Stay away from all things that have sugar substitutes, especially sugar substitutes. Artificial sweeteners, thank you. You don't want diet stuff. I'm going to tell you that again. You do not want diet sodas. It's doing you more harm than regular sodas. That's the truth. All right. High sugar content foods, white rice, white flour. These three combined with lots of animal fats. Folks, what science is finding out is that it's the combination of high sugar, white rice, white flour stuff, and animal fats that sets the stage for major acidic blood and also sets the stage for cancer. Let me tell you why. They found that the cultures actually take large amounts of animal fats. A good example, of course, are the Eskimos. Eskimos take lots of animal fats, but they don't take much sugar. Now, the Indians, Asian Indians, on the other hand, take lots of sweet stuff, sugars, but they don't take much animal fat. In both cultures, cancer is not that common, certainly not nearly as common as it is in the Western cultures. Interesting, isn't it?
It is.
So very, very important. It doesn't mean you should just indulge in one or the other. bottom line, what I would like you to take from this is that you've got to minimize all the things that you have in front of you. You've got to minimize them. Lots of the things that we are using to refine our foods, processed foods, 90% of all our foods are really processed, including everything you eat in most restaurants. They have additives, they have colorings, they have preservatives. So it's really, really important, folks, to watch out for these things, especially as you grow older, because the older you get, the less you are able to take care of toxins and rid your body of toxins. So you've got to be much more careful. Okay, we've seen what makes blood acidic. Let's talk about the better part, which is what makes blood alkaline. And it's just like weeds growing in a garden. Acidity is going to happen if you're not paying attention, if you are not actively trying to make your blood alkaline. The same thing. Okay, weeds will grow in the garden if you're not tending the garden. Your blood will become acidic if you are not taking the time to ensure that your blood is alkaline.
And can you be too alkaline?
It is possible. That comes with some of the foods. Well, if you overdose with certain kinds of drugs, I think some of them are actually some kind of drugs can do that. I don't remember what they are right now. But taking too much of synthetic vitamin supplements, which sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium, those are the big four that make your blood more alkaline. If you take too much of that, that can make it more alkaline. But the danger seems to lie more in the acidic aspect than it is in the alkaline aspect. We know that because most people's bloods, you test most people's blood, they are acidic. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so here you have the couple of things, of course, bottom down there: sound mental health, peace of mind, contentment, happiness. Let's look at how acid-base, how this plays out in life and disease and health. Bottom line is that if you have acidic blood, these are the things you're going to be seeing. And really, when you think about it, these also are the things that happen when your body is more prone towards inflammation, like silent inflammation, for example. And we did a talk on inflammation. These are the things you see, and primarily what results in inflammation is the fact that your blood is a lot more acidic than it should be. Fatigue, brain fog, cause headaches, chest pain, stomach aches, susceptibility to infection, ultimately cancer. I'm going to explain that a little bit more. And one of the reasons why you have brain fog is that acidity can kill your nerve cells. And that's the brain there. And again, that's the brain holds the position as the chief of the central governing system. You've got to know that you just can't let your brain just idle away. You've got to give it good brain food, and that includes omega-3 fatty acids, that includes glyconutrients, it includes good vitamins, especially vitamin B12, vitamin B6 is all very, very important. Let's look at some diseases. Diabetes, and we are having an epidemic of diabetes in this country. Most diabetes is the disease that will most tip you towards acidity. Now, Sari, you've been really silent. Are you eating back there, or what's going on?
No, I'm just listening. This is very interesting.
You have any questions?
Not yet. No.
All right. The thing with diabetes is, of course, the problem is with insulin and glucose. Because the body isn't producing enough insulin, or the body or the cells are not responding to insulin, they are not able to take glucose. What happens? Glucose begins to accumulate in the blood. The cells, in turn, begin to look for alternatives to glucose. And many times they fall upon fats. And what we know is that when fats are not well broken down, they release acidic substances which further raise their level of acidity in your blood. Okay? And diabetics, again, are most prone to that. Acidity and cancer. One of the major causes of cancer is the cumulative effect of the acidic condition of body fluids. Acidity in the intracellular, that means inside of the cell, and you can have acidity in the cell and an acidity